Hi everybody, I'm Adrian from Cashering Your Life, where we're all about making life easier and simpler. So welcome to my latest video on meal planning, and today I'm going to show you how I plan my family's dinners for the entire month. So meal planning not only helps simplify life, it saves money too. And on average, in my home, I feed about 5 to 7 people every single meal. It's also a way for me to plan my meals in advance, to prep my dinners, so that when it comes time to cooking, it just takes me a few minutes. So even if I'm late from work or finishing work, I can get home and supper's almost done because it needs a few things. Sometimes it's just throwing it in a slow cooker, and sometimes it's just putting the whole lot in the oven because it's already in the dishes that I need. I must admit, for me, I also plan my lunches, my breakfasts, and the snacks as well for during the day. It makes, with so many people, it just makes it so much easier. Then they can get home and they know what they're supposed to eat from after school. And also it makes shopping easier because I've already got the plans. I've budgeted for the snacks that we're going to have, and it helps save money. So a little tip that I always give people before I tell them to go shopping, it's the same thing that applies to do it when you're meal planning, and that is, do not do this while you are hungry. You tend to over-plan then. You also tend to plan unhealthy meals. So it's important that you do this. Now, you don't have to start your planning Monday to Monday. I usually plan Thursday to Thursday because I get a list of specials from stores on a Thursday, and then I can use them in my meal planning and to decide what meals we're going to have. And while I do most of my non-perishable shopping online, I use coupon apps to see where I can save even further. And these items usually have to be bought in the store. You can't just do it online. It doesn't apply. So Smart Shopper, Macro, and Woolworths, you can use online, no problem. You get your rewards when you shop, whether you're in store or online. Your debit cards or whatever bank cards you've got, their reward systems are also, they apply with online shopping as well as in-store shopping. However, Woohoo deals and Spar Loyalty and Spar Rewards require you to be in store to get your discounts. And then Snap and Save, to earn the money or the cash back on your purchases, they want a till slip, and so you have to do that shopping in store. And usually, like with Snap and Save, it's usually perishables like bread, milk, and eggs. So it's something you're going to do anyway. You want to go into the store and buy your fresh produce. Okay, so to get started, I need to tell you that every 3 months, 4 months, I give my family a form that is called a family favorites form. And I'm just going to share that with you now so that we can just see what it is. So let me just go there. Right, as you can see, this little video is, this little picture, it says my favorite meals. And it lists the 5 things that you really, really love. And then it says list the foods that you won't eat at all. Okay, so here, celery. It's actually raw celery because the other night we had celery soup and everybody loved it. So it's obviously adjustable. With the families, you need to know that we have meals that everybody loves, so they don't put it on the family planning thing. It's something I know they like, so I'm quite happy to make it over and over again and add it in. It's very easy to do that. The other thing that we do is, when you've got children and teenagers, it can change from day to day what they're going to eat. We've gone from meat eaters to veganism to vegetarianism and back to meat eating. One day we'll eat mushrooms, the next day we won't. You can't tell. And that's why this every 3 months thing is a nice one, because it allows you to adjust your meal plans so that you don't get as many complaints. You'll probably get complaints anyway. It's just the way life is. But that's it. So when I've looked through all my family's meal lists of what their favorite things, I can identify the things that everybody eats. Makes life a lot easier, because then when you plan your meals, those are the first things you're going to put on your meal plan, is the stuff that the majority of your family eats. So in my house, lasagnas, which means I can make that at least 2 to 3 times a month. They also love chicken. Some prefer roast, some prefer Chinese style, doesn't matter. Spaghetti came up popular from a lot of people. And then there are some that are more just a wish list than what's actually going to happen in reality, such as steaks, sushi, and beef Wellington. A steak for 7 people, it's a birthday gift. So I use a meal template to help me decide what I'm going to make each night. So this is a little bit of mine. It's Monday's vegan, following the meat-free Monday tags, and also to challenge myself. Veganism is not something we're used to. I'm used to eating meat and cheese and fish, and so is my family. But to expand my cooking skills and expand their sort of taste buds, we do vegan on a Monday. Then on a Tuesday, we actually do vegetarian. And this is where I get fish into the family that isn't always tuna, because that's about the only fish most of mine will have. But that's where I'll do things with cheese sauces, so lasagnas come in there. On a Wednesday, we have mince, and that can be anything from Bolognaise to burgers to boerewors. It doesn't matter as long as it's minced, ground beef. And it can be chicken mince, beef mince, lamb mince, whatever kind of mince you prefer. Thursdays and Fridays, I alternate between chicken and meat. Fridays is a big night for us, so I like to have a special treat, and that's where the chicken and the meat come in. On the weekends, it's pretty much fend for yourself, although I usually make something pretty easy like a frittata or a pizza or something simple that everybody's going to enjoy and that I don't have to spend hours cooking. So I'm going to start doing my meal plan online so that you can see that. I'm going to just share my screen again. I've already filled in all my breakfasts and lunches. I do try to keep the lunches vegetarian, just so that they're not having meat so often. And that's how we're doing it. So for the purpose of the video, I did start on a Monday to make it easier. So here I'm going to go through. I'm going to just share this so that you guys can see it and follow along as I fill it in. So there we go. And share. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to fill it in as we go along. So like I said, I'm going to put in what I already know. And my easiest is to start on a Tuesday because that is my vegetarian day. So I can pretty much, I know, sorry, excuse me for blocking the screen. I know what I want to do and I know what I'm going to cook. So that's a lot easier for us to do. So let me fill in that first. I'm going to just, looking for my mouse, fill it in as we talk. So the first one is tuna lasagna. That is my first week. Then I'm going to go to the next week, and it's a Tuesday as well. And that one is fish and chips. I have to find some creative way to do fish because my family are not mad about fish. Only my husband likes fish. But we do fish stews, we do fish soups. There's a lot of different kinds of things. Then we have a vegetable lasagna. Like I said, my family love lasagna. It made it onto the list pretty much on everybody's wish, what they like, except mine. And then the next week, we're going to have macaroni and cheese, which was another popular one, but not as much as the lasagna came on. Right, now I'm going back up. Wednesday is simple. Wednesday I know is mince. So I've got a variety of mince recipes that I'm going to choose from. So the first week we're going to have tacos. Everybody loves good tacos. So that comes, and that's an easy one to make because you make your mince and everybody assembles their own. You just have to have your lettuce, your cucumber, your carrots. If you serve it with cheese, you need that already grated up. You put them in bowls on the side and everybody makes their own tacos. And they love that. So they're actually quite happy to eat that one and make it themselves. So like I said, lasagna very popular. So we're having a meat lasagna for the next Tuesday, the next Wednesday. Then we're going to do spaghetti bolognese. Now what I do is, for some, I do the pasta, normal pasta, and for others I'm going to use the zucchini pasta. the zucchini noodles to keep it slightly healthier and less carbs. Boerewors kebabs, those are huge hits in my house. And it's a nice way to make your kebabs stretch a little bit. What you're going to do is you're actually going to serve it. You cut up your kebabs into little pieces. You cut up some peppers, some onions, maybe cherry tomatoes, whatever vegetables you feel like. You stick them all on a skewer, alternating with your boerewors pieces. And, you know, who doesn't love food on a stick? It's nice, it's easy to eat, and it has a bit of a summery feel to it. So that's great. Now, Thursday and Friday are also easy-ish because I know that every alternate week it's either beef or chicken. So for the first week, we're going to do a spicy meat. Now, I love this one because you can use whatever meat you want. If you're going to use a cheaper cut, then I usually do it in my slow cooker. But if you're going to use something expensive like a steak and cut it into cubes, you can bake it in the oven, and it's absolutely delicious. So, and it's make ahead. So you get your meat pieces, you spice them up, you put them in a Ziploc bag, and you stick them in the fridge till you're ready to use them. And then they just go into the oven. And they are absolutely wonderful. The next one I'm going to do is the chicken stir fry. Now this one I've decided I want to do cashew nut chicken stir fry. I have a whole lot of stir fry recipes that we change up. My family loves stir fries. So the cashew nut chicken is one. Sometimes I'll do a Thai, sometimes I'll do a Malaysian style stir fry, depending on, you know, what we've had in the previous week. And I must admit, if I did the cashew nut chicken, I could probably do it every week. My kids wouldn't complain. It's just cashew nuts are not on the list. Then a curry. Whether you use beef or lamb, curry is so easy to make. Once again, you can prep everything ahead, and then you put it in your slow cooker, and you go to work. If you don't have a slow cooker, you're obviously going to need to put it in a pot. Curry needs at least 2 to 3 hours to cook. So you need it in a decent pot, and you need it to have time to cook. So that's an important thing. And then we serve it obviously with rice and with different sambals like coconut or the tomato and onion salad, whatever you prefer to put with your curry. And you can have beef curry, you can have lamb curry. It's up to you. You can even have fish curry if you prefer. This Thursday night, we're doing a roast chicken with wedges, say, and beans. Oh, let's make peas. I've changed my mind. With green peas. Everybody in my house loves peas. Quite strange. Thankfully, I'm lucky. I've got a lot of people who eat vegetables. Now we're going on to the Friday night. So now I know for the meat that here I've had meat. So this one is going to be chicken. So I'm going to do a curry chicken. And once again, it's going to come, but now it's Friday night for us. So I have to put in here, see Sabbath planner. I have a meal planner just for Shabbat, for Sabbath, where I put the full menu on. So I know my main course is curry. I need to choose a soup that's going to go with it. In this case, I'm most likely going to say maybe a carrot soup because it's nice and light. I'll serve it with rice and some other vegetables. And then dessert as well, which will probably be ice cream. So the next Friday night is now going to be a beef or a roast because I had chicken the night before. We're going to do a barbecue roast. And I usually, well, not always, I love making my roasts in slow cooker. It just makes them so tender that you can actually do it as a pulled roast if you really want to. You know, if you're not a big Friday night thing, it could be pulled roast on sandwiches. It's delicious. And the leftover meat makes amazing sandwiches for Saturday night leftovers. My family has to fend for themselves on Saturday nights because I'm done for the week. That is my day off. And it goes all the way till afterwards. Sunday morning, we can start again. And Sunday is my day for prepping, so I usually have to get up early and do a lot with that. I'm going back to a very old-fashioned apricot chicken. Everybody loves to eat it. It's a popular thing, so we're going to stick with that. I do have a slight change to the recipe, and it has been modernized, but it's still, in essence, apricot chicken. It doesn't change. And then we're back with the beef again, so I'm going to do a honey mustard beef. My kids like that one, so we'll do that. And there we go. I am almost done. Monday nights is my challenge. So on a Monday night, I need to make it vegan. That is my challenge to myself. It is my personal challenge. It's not a requirement. Everybody gets to do what they want. So the first thing is that made it onto the list for at least half of the people in my home were burgers. So not quite what they were planning, but we're having vegan burgers. I must admit that I am very grateful to the Family Fry, because their fries, vegan chicken stuff, is amazing, and so are their new prawns. Loving it. I'm actually loving the new range. So if you haven't tried it, you need to try it there. So your vegan burger is obviously going to, also, the kids can put it together themselves. You've got your rolls, you've got your lettuce, your tomato, your cucumber. I like to sometimes do fried onion with it. I also like adding pineapple sometimes to the top, or my kids hate this one, banana. I love to slice some banana onto my burgers, but the chicken burger is probably my favorite. I don't often do the traditional burgers. Then the next week I'm going to do, even though we're having stir fry twice in that week, I'm still doing a stir fry. It's quick, it's easy to prep, and everybody likes it. So we're doing just a vegetable stir fry. Different vegetables, and depending on what kind of food you like, you can use anything. You can go from mushrooms and pineapples to peppers to spring onions. It just, there's so much that you can stir fry. It's just so easy to make a stir fry. So the next week we're doing another stir fry. This time I'm doing a vegan prawn. Once again, thank you, fries. Stir fry. Just so love it. I love making salads out of this as well. So I'll do, when I want to fancy it up a little bit, then I will go out and get some pomegranate seeds and some clementine oranges. It's straight off their recipe book, and it's delicious. So that's that one. And then the last Monday, we're having their new product called, which they've got the fish fillets, so vegan fish and chips, fish and mash this time, sorry. We've had fish and chips 2 weeks ago, so we must change that up a little bit. So this is how simple it is, okay? Now I want to do my shopping list. So the shopping list is just as simple. You know, it really is. Literally all you're going to do is look at what your recipes are. I just want to change this so it's nice and small for everybody, and I can fit everything in. Okay, so my shopping list, I'm just going to do a basic one. I do know that I'm going to use a bigger list. So the first thing I've got is my vegan burgers. And I've got my nuggets for breakfast. So I've got eggs. I'm going to put the eggs on the list because we have eggs every day. So we go through quite a few eggs. The other thing I want, and you can write as big or small, you can print this down. It is on the website. I will put the link in below. Then I need the vegan nuggets. So nuggets, I need burger rolls. I need lettuce. Oops. I need cucumber. Okay, I'm not going to finish it, but you can get the idea. I'm looking across, and as I'm looking, I'm writing in the meals that I'm going to be planning. So that's an important thing. And that's how we're going to work through the meal plan till we get to where we need to be. Then once I've done my meal plan, I can draw up my shopping list based on the recipes and what I need to make a complete meal. I then divide my shopping list into what I can buy online for the entire month. So my non-perishables that I can order online, they'll be delivered to my house and straight into the cupboard. And then what I need to get in store because I want to use the apps, the coupon apps. So that's important. And then I further break it down. It's what I have to buy weekly. So all my fresh things, the lettuce, the milk, the bread. So all those things need to be taken into account because you're not going to get those online, maybe for a week, but unless they're freezable, I wouldn't do it. Now, before I even step foot into the shop or put on my shopping list on the online, I go and check my own kitchen. So I do my shopping in my house first. I check my fridge, my freezer, the grocery cupboard, and cross off everything that I actually already have. And then it's time to shop. So if you've enjoyed this video and you've learned about how to make meal plans, please feel free to leave a comment if you found it helpful. Subscribe to the channel. I am going to obviously try and put more regular videos up. For those who are already subscribers, you all know that this doesn't always happen. Time just runs away from me. And also please comment if there are any topics regarding anything that Kashering Your Life covers, which is meal planning, personal budgeting, and general housekeeping that you would like me to cover in future videos. I am more than happy to do that for everybody. So thank you for watching and good luck with your meal planning.